everybody, welcome back to my channel. Do want to apologize about the mess. I'm in the process of trying to clean up, but it still hurts to bend. I am 9 days post-op and feeling a lot better. Just still can't really lift, get out of breath a lot, but baby steps. So, if it's the first time you're visiting, my name is Veronica. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on March 28th with Dr. Blasma at Kennedy Hospital Sewell, New Jersey. My highest recorded weight was 234. My surgery weight was 225, and my current weight is 211.4. I've not decided whether if I want to weigh myself weekly or if I'm just going to stick to weigh myself every 2 weeks. I think I put too much pressure on myself if I weigh myself weekly, so I'm gonna wait for every 2 weeks. So my next follow-up with my surgeon, my 2-week follow-up, will be on the 14th, so I'll update then. Today, what I want to talk about, the initial consultation and my feelings, the way I went through it. I know when I was doing research on YouTube and looking around, didn't find too many people that did it, so maybe this might be a little help. Again, it's my experience where I went. People do it differently, whether you go to a bariatric clinic or if you go through insurance or if you do a self-pay. But basically, my first consultation was about 2 to 3 hours. Reason B is that we had to do a mandatory 1-hour seminar class. Talked about the lap band, talked about vertical sleeve gastrectomy, and it also talked about the gastric bypass surgery. It provided all the pros and cons, the risks. We had to acknowledge that we knew the risk for each procedure and find out which one we thought was best for us. And they kept asking constantly throughout that whole day. Basically, it was all morning. After we did the seminar, our nurse did our seminar, nutritionist, so we did get seen by a bariatric supplier for vitamins. Whether if you want to go through insurance, most insurances cover it, some don't. I personally didn't go through it because they required a pre-certification that normally takes too long, and at my visit they gave me a cheat sheet of what was approved by them. Some people, some doctors don't recommend certain things. They prefer to be on one, so I just stuck to what my physician wanted me to be on. So when I went to see the nurse, she took my weight, she took my height, and she basically got a little bit to know me, asked me about why I wanted it, and how long have I been trying to lose weight. So why I wanted it was because I wanted to be healthy. I eventually want to be able to have children, and I want to feel good. One day I woke up, I looked at myself in the mirror, and I realized that this isn't who I am, that I no longer want to be trapped inside this body that I cannot relate with. I have suffered from untreated depression. I have also had PTSD with other things, and food was my go-to for feeling okay. So I did have a food addiction, if you would like food addiction. I was an emotional eater. I was a sneaky eater when I was younger. I did it for myself just to feel valid and that I controlled something. And when people try to control my food, I was just not having it. I was the worst because that was the only thing in my life I was able to control, was the intake of food and what I was able to eat. I started to try to lose weight when I was 15 because I had a big ball that I'm Mexican, so it's Hispanics do quinceañeras, and I wanted to lose enough weight, and I really wanted to start to lose it because I was in high school and I was always big and I was always one of the guys, girls that hang out with all the guys, and nobody wanted to date, but everybody thought was cool. So I went to counting calories, to no sugar, trying to be a vegetarian. A lot of those changes that I did do well on, I would lose about 20-30 pounds the most, and then I would hit a plateau on that lifestyle change diet, and then I would give up, and then I would get sad, and then here comes the cake, and then here comes the tacos, and it was just a revolving door. When I was 20, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure, and then shortly after, diabetes, and with high risk of both sides of my family. Cancer also runs in my family on my mother's side. So my health wasn't the greatest. I've been suffering with PCOS since I was 15 years old, and I'm 27. I'll be 27 now, and I really want to have a family. And losing the weight is really hard with it. So I decided to take the one step. I was watching videos. I did about a year worth of research, and finally decided to do it. So basically, that's what I told my nutritionist, and then they jotted everything down, told me I had to come back 3 times to see her to go over portion meals and stuff like that. And then I finally seen the surgeon and met him. He was awesome. Dr. Blasma is great. He then gave me a packet of things I had to do, and I have some of them still because I saved everything. So basically, they gave us one sheet to kind of knock down. I don't know if you can see it that well, but we had to get certain things done. So one of them was a sleep study, either at facility or at home. I was denied the first time, but then I got approved for an at-home sleep study, which I will probably do a short video because, like I said before, I did do moving inspiration videos for myself, and I did the morning after, and I took a picture before me all hooked up looking like a Frankenstein. We had to do lab works, tons and tons of lab works. We had to do everything. So it was about like 8 vials for me. We had to get cleared by cardiologist and pulmonologist. I had to get clearance by my PCP. I had to get a psych eval, an upper gastric imaging, which was taking a shot of what they would like to say, that some fuzzy stuff, and then liquid, and then I was burped. You had to go in this, take pictures, go in the 360 bed thing. It was so nauseating, and I was just not having it. Had to get chest x-rays, and then we had to go to mandatory pre-op class, which was another hour or so, but that's closer towards surgery. Support groups are offered. I didn't go, but I am involved with support groups on Facebook and Instagram. That's where I started. And pre-admission testing was normally a few days before surgery, up to a week, and a smoking cessation, but I'm a non-smoker. So that's basically what the whole consult was about. I was feeling anxious. My blood pressure was high because I was nervous, because I didn't know what to expect. And I was up until 2, 3 in the morning trying to find something on YouTube just to kind of like ease myself. But anxiety, this journey to surgery and after, not as much, but to surgery day, is an anxious feeling for myself anyway. I have some anxiety issues, but they were always controlled. But this totally manifested a different type of anxiety, excitement, nervousness. But, you know, it was a risk that I was willing to take and things I would have to deal with to get there. So basically that was my, consultation. It was about 3 hours. And then I came back in 4 weeks to follow up with a nutritionist to go over everything else. I did do videos on that too, so I probably will do short little videos of those inserted in YouTube. I have stuff up on Instagram, which is v2_VSG. And I posted a lot of stuff there. The community is amazing. This weight loss community is amazing. So if you're going through this journey, have any questions, feel free to comment below. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, but this is my journey, my experience, and this community is amazing. So even if I might not be going through what you're going through, I can guarantee you somewhere someone is going through that or has gone through that and can kind of help you cope with it or help you kind of ease that stressness, because, we are worth it at the end of the day. And, this community empowers each other. No judgment, and we can do this. So please subscribe below. Leave comments, anything in detail that you want me to let you know. My next video will probably be about my specialty appointments, kind of just go through little snippets of that. And I probably will save the psych eval for last separate video because it will probably be lengthy. So I apologize for this long video, and thank you so much, and I hope that you tune in soon.